Hello, beautiful souls. Noe here with Sharon today. We are continuing to the next episode, and today gonna be something very, very special. And I'm very believe that you guys all will love this crystal and stone.
So I know it was something that was related to the land, and you were saying, like, is there for Tasmania, is there a specific stone? Because I remember you mentioning something about it. Maybe you want to explain a little bit more about how
Yeah.
it's related to Tasmania with this
Mm.
particular crystal that we're going to talk about.
So today the stone I'm gonna recommend or bring to the episode today is called Darwin Glass. It's just before we are gonna talk more about this stone. I would like to introduce myself again. My name is Noe. So a lot of people know me as a meditation teacher, tarot reader. I'm the creator of Crystal Water Bottle, and of course I have Sharon here today, the specialist for the living water.
Yeah, that's right. So my name is Sharon. I am a global distributor for a Japanese health tech company that is 51 years old. It is a company that uses technology to bring wellness and living order to households. So it's about bringing water to its natural state using technology. So tell me a bit more about this amazing, interesting stone. I should say crystal. Do you call it a stone or a crystal?
It's actually stone. When you talk about the lightness of the energy within the stone itself, so I reckon we can call it stone because anyone say Darwin Glass stone. So the journey we're gonna go through today is one of the Tasmania most mysterious and powerful stone, Darwin Glass. It's also known as Atlantis stone. So you might have something familiar here when I talk about Atlantis. So have you heard about Atlantis, Sharon?
Yes, I guess when you talk about Atlantis, immediately it conjures the feeling of not just mystery, that it has been this really, really powerful source almost and energy. So to me, Atlantis is that, and also something so, I guess, magical and pure. There's something really powerful about it. And it's probably something that many people will be like me.
So it's actually, I like to pick up some keyword that you put here. So the powerful, mystery, magical. So this is all of the keyword I'm gonna talk about Darwin class today because it's actually happening in the real life. And we'll tell you guys all more about that. Yeah, so when we talk about Atlantis, we talk about historic times of the earth before the modern world started. I know different people had different experience, but if you ask me if a hypnosis therapist, yes, it's assisted because I used to be there and then I travel with my client all the time and we all coming back to Lemuria, Atlantis, and a lot of them is due to had a lifetime there. So when we come back to Darwin Glass, so people call it Atlantis stone because this is the stone that everyone believe it flowed from the original Atlantis itself, from the land through and now, and it's a part of Tasmania. I will tell you guys more why it's attached to Tasmania, not other part of the world, because you can't find Darwin Glass anywhere a part of Tasmania. All right, so just back to the history of the Earth, yeah. So before the Earth having the structure that it is right now, as you all know, is one continent, and then it flick to two, and then come back, and then take to three and four and five. So all different structure before, but Tasmania, that is the islands, haven't been gone through any combining or lifting from any continent. So because of that, Tasmania is kind of holding original energy, creature, and the fragment underneath the earth itself. And when we talk about Atlantis stone, we talk about Tasmanian is a small little land that carry on the history of the earth through Atlantis. So having said that, Darwin Glass holding a long, long history of the earth. So I used to do one of the meditation with the Darwin Glass, and that's actually what surprising me. I actually gone through all of different times on us and seeing the earth have been transformed from the first element, which is the tiny atom, and then more atom coming in, and then a little tree, and then water, and then more water, and human and thing coming up later, and then other creature coming in. I haven't known anything about it, but the energy of it bring me back to all the time. And slowly I started to use Darwin Glass. When I had a reading with my client, Islaman Kamaka, one of the things I would say is work very well, which is I call emergency stone. Sometimes, when I had a reading with a client, reading is it come with the healing, aligned with the healing. So sometimes they get coughing a lot, like or they running noise, or they feel shaking because their ancestor here and things like that. So every time when it happened, I asked them to hold one of Darwin class, and it just stopped immediately.
I
Yeah,
need to get one of that these
yeah. So
few
that's what
days
I'm
because of
saying.
my
And I'm saying
of my
it's
hay
very
fever.
magical. It's very magical and powerful. But it's not only happened to them, it's also to me too. When I do the reading, sometimes it's become a channeling reading, like their deceased or their beloved one from the underworld or the ancestor coming in and talk through me. And sometimes my body is shaking like that and I can't say the words. So quickly I hold on one of Darwin glass and it helped me to take my breaths in and out back. And that's how I can channel slowly. And that's interesting. Yesterday, there's one of my clients, my meditation student. So she had very painful in her stomach, and she asked me what she should do. Before a few days ago, I gave her one of these, and I asked her to put it on her stomach and then do the meditation and ask the stone to take out the blockage from her stomach. And then 5 minutes later, she texts me and say, "Oh, you're very powerful, and it actually worked. It's gone."
So, no, we also know that the history of the Darwin glass also came from sort of a meteor that came down from heavens. And that's why it's also that connection from heaven above and to earth sort of thing. Is that right?
Yeah, it actually dry like Sharon just shared. So Darwin Glass formed over 8,000 years ago by a meteor impact in Tasmania wide southwest. So it carries both us ancient memory and cosmic frequency. So basically, it's the become a bridge between the heaven and the earth, a messenger from the stars that remind us of our origin, our galactic origin from galaxy and higher consciousness. So when you do meditation with Darwin Glass, so it's leads you to the journey to get to know who you are
Mm.
and connect yourself to the source. A lot of people use Darwin Glass to expand their awareness into unity with the universe.
Is Darwin glass just stones or do you have it in like your water bottles as well?
Oh, yeah, yeah, sure. I have it in my water bottle
Okay.
in this version. And you see
Oh,
holder here is
yep.
for Darwin glass. This one here is a bit bigger, like
Bigger.
in the bottle is
Mm.
just a little bit smaller
Oh,
here.
okay. Energetically, like when
Mhm.
you want to recharge the crystals, whether you're sunning it in the moonlight or in my case, sometimes because
Mm.
I'm also a florist, I use flower petals to cleanse and recharge it. So is that the same with the Darwins?
So for Darwin glass, I usually say to people like this is big brother of all the crystal. So there's actually another way around. Darwin glass will help to recharge any other crystal that you having.
Oh, okay.
So the energy of Darwin glass itself doesn't need any recharge energy in general to recharge the energy of it because
Mm.
it's kind of the present. Its present itself is already enough. So
Mm.
I know other crystals it might need the sun, the moon to recharge
Mm.
the energy, but
Yep.
this guy will become a sun and the moon both in one and help
Oh,
you to recharge any other crystal.
very interesting.
Yeah. So the thing makes Darwin class stand out is it's the stone of the cosmic connection and evolution. So it's become the bridge between the human heart with the universal mind, opening our higher channels of guidance. So for the people that practicing like channeling or reading or meditating, so this is a very powerful guide help you to protect the energy for yourself. If we here on earth and because that's the bridge between our earth and our heaven. So that's why you're getting the light directly from the heaven, get close to you through the third eye chakra and crown chakra while protecting you from other negative energy, or you could say the darkness or any shadow energy out there. So
Mm.
that pretty much is the anchor of light, rouse this star energy into the body and having you feel
Mm.
safe while expanding into multidimensional awareness.
Very interesting. I guess very similar. I mean, thinking of it in terms of our connection with living water in that sense. Literally, we call it living water because it's at its purest form, and it's alive energetically, as well as because obviously in the past it would be that it's energetically energized because of its pureness from the river or from the initial source of where water comes from. But obviously today we don't have that, and that's why we have things like the electrolyzer that can help us to use electric or to recharge it back again to have that molecules in it. So I like the idea that it's got pureness of its origin. And that's why I asked you about the water bottle, because I feel that it almost pairs up so well, because something as powerful as the Darwin glass and everything that you said so far has brought such interest. I'm really interested in the Darwin glass. And if you use the water almost like the bridge that you talked about earlier in terms of channeling between the origin of the heavens to what it is on earth, then what a powerful way it is to actually use living water to help to actually carry those powerful energies through our body and through our bloodstream. And obviously, we know that with living water or Kangen living water, it's really the powerful part because of the clustered molecules that is within the hydrogen, and it actually penetrates and it can use the highways within our body to actually seep into our bloodstream the quickest. So I always find that combination of this Darwin glass and living water is such a powerful thing that it can actually almost connect through the purest form of cellular in our body. You also mentioned about how it connects us in terms of clarity with living water, obviously, because it's cutting through so much of the other things that's happening in our body. And I think in today's world, it's so important to have that kind of clarity and going back to really trusting our intuition sometimes.
I just would like to continue into on the living water that you said before, because it's pretty much reflect on the message that I have gotten today after the long hypnosis session I done. So one of the strongest message I get from that session is very much the alert thing for all human beings about how our independence level going very up strong at the moment. I asked them about dumb here is like wisdom awareness from higher realm. Anyway, so in the hypnosis, we went to Akashic. Have you heard about Akashic? Yeah,
No,
okay.
no.
Akashic library is like the library holding the all memories of every single being in the universe. So it's including history of any planet, any dimension, and every single light and shadow and fear and history of our every single soul and beings.
What is it called again? What library?
Akashic. So
Agassi. Oh,
yeah,
Agassi Library. Yes, yes. Okay,
yeah,
now I get. Yep.
yeah. So we went there. We met the one is looking after the
Oh,
library.
yes, yes.
How you
The. I think it's the librarian, right? Or the.
libraries, yeah. So he has so much wisdom there. So I asked him, what is the best quality of the human on earth? And
Mhm.
they say, oh, your best quality is about openness, very welcoming everyone, every single creature or being on earth. And that's why you have so many different star system and light workers here. But he also said, hey, but the more you got, you welcoming people here, but you calling them to come here to help. And then because of that, you're so independent on them. You're not independent on yourself. And everything on earth now is so much comfort. And the more comfort you have, the less lightness you're gonna find within yourself. And when we talk about living water, so the water is actually washing up the core respondence or the
Mm.
dependence that we
Yep.
have on something. Dependence here is can be our attachment to something, like to certain emotional
Mhm.
feeling, or it can be alcohol, smoke,
Yep.
certain food, and things like that. And with the Darwin glass with water, I will tell you why Darwin glass only here in Tasmania, because the water is actually play a very important part to hold the Darwin glass or to keep it at the original energy. So the water In Tasmania, it's very much flow from Atlantic. Atlantis is no one really much living there. It just has some scientists and then some worker, come back and there in between. So that's why the water there itself is having its original
Source.
energy of, yeah,
Yep.
sort of itself, which is we call living water. So that's why this land having the surrounding by that water, wind, and anything falling from there, like the wind, water and the earth element. So that's why this land surrounding by all original elements. That's why everything on here is pretty much holding its original energy or original source of itself.
If you think of Tasmania, anyone who's been to Tasmania, and you think it's such a land that has so much richness, actually. When you go to Tasmania, everything is so green and it's well known for its produce and, its natural state.
Yeah, so actually, Darwin Glass with living water or kangen water is a wax memory of your star cleanness. If you're original from an other stars before the human form, enhances, like we say, for the meditation and channeling by
Yep.
clearing the crown and third eye chakra. Is also have integrate higher frequency into daily life, so spiritual awakening become embodied and not too overwhelming. In terms of zodiac sign, Darwin Glass is reconnect to the earth side and also Aquarius and Sagittarius. When you work with Darwin Glass, it's like standing beneath the Milky Way on the clear Tasmanian night, both the earth beneath your feet and the star above your head. So because of that, so when you meditate with Darwin Glass, it's always better to do it like at the night time, especially when the light of the third eye chakra come up, which is the night sky, which I call between 7:30 to 9 o'clock. That's
Mhm.
the perfect time for you to connect with your third eye chakra. And any crystal or stone resonate with your third eye chakra, it should recharge around that time too.
And I guess, you were talking about in terms of, I remember you mentioned something about the memory, and it occurred to me that remember, even with water, right? When it's living water and it's at its purest form, its crystallines are actually like if you freeze it, it actually comes out like a pure, when it's like a snowflake and you've got that pure flake, I guess, as compared.
In brain,
So,
yeah.
yes, that's right. So that's how that it should be at that state and it allowing it to have that life force of memory. So again, connecting it to the Darwin glass and the channeling of information, I guess, is becomes so powerful. And obviously, water holds memory.
That's why we're doing this series. Like, whatever the crystal we talk about is the base is always need to be water because that's where it will keep every single thing to stay as its original source or original energy. It's not even crystal, but everything in general, very much. If one day when our energy gone, right, we are dying. So the first thing gone is water.
True.
And because that's the pure part of the body itself, in the physical body, so the first thing will go, and then the
Mhm.
leftover is just the physical things.
True. Very, very interesting one today.
All right.
Definitely. But of course, I just wanted to add before we move on, because we'll do sort of a meditation, right? The idea of having water as the base. Now, I think I would like to add that part about why we keep on talking about living water. And because when you have, and when I talk about living water, I mean, in my case, I've got Kangen living water, right? It's purest state. And that is very important because if you're looking at things like tap water, it really isn't at its purest state. It's got lots of chemicals in it. That's why we talk about the fact that living water and the importance of why living water. If you're talking about any other kind of liquid or water, it's got lots of contamination in it. And therefore, it already clouds a lot of the energy and the frequencies and stuff like that.
I'm actually very glad that there is the system right now as Kangen water coming up.
Mm.
So there is the option for people to get to know how to get the actual living water. Because like Sharon said, I totally agree. Like with the tap water, even you call pure water from water bottle, not the plastic, 100%, and you don't know how long your bottle on the shelf until you actually drink, and everything just keeping up like in a loop of forgetting ourselves. So everyone talk about selective consciousness. And because the selective consciousness does, so whatever you select now, if you objecting to this information that we are sharing, so you select your path, your way of living. And it's not every single one will get to know or to reach out to this video because they don't select, I don't choose this way. And this depends on their soul. And that's actually the strong message I received today. Every single soul has their free will to choose how they're gonna live. And the all information that we are sharing is not gonna reach to every single one because they're not choosing to reach to it. And it is up to their soul. The games here on earth is very fair for anyone. If you choose to be awakening, you will reach out all of this information all over again. And then if you don't choose to evolve, unfortunately, some of people will living without a soul. They will place I call recycle hole. So all the soul reject or give up evolving, they will go to that hole and never come back, which is you lose completely your soul and memory. All right, so I guess this is time for meditation. So now we're gonna connect to the memory of the earth through the Darwin glass. So if you had any crystal there, you can hold your crystal or surrounding yourself with crystal. Just think about Darwin glass and the energy of it will go there with you guys because I say you see the big rod of area. When you think about it, it will be there. Alright, just when you are ready, just find somewhere that you can sit comfortably. And when you have a chair to sit, you have a crystal, you have water, you have living water, just close your eyes. Now, allow yourself to breathe gently in and out. Bring awareness to your brow or your heart chakra, your brow or your third eye chakra. Breathe in slowly and breathe out slowly. And when you put your intention on your third eye chakra or your crown chakra, you see a soft white gold light descending like a minute or 12, like Darwin glass with green silver sparkles. You see the color of Darwin glass. Now imagine a piece of this ancient stone resting above your crown chakra, glowing with cosmic energy. With every inhale, this light flows down through your crown into your heart. And when this light flows down from your crown to your heart, you see awakening your memories. You see awakening your soul, your origin, awakening every single atom in your body, every single element in your blood, your bones, in your internals. With every exhale, it grows deep into the earth beneath you and grow deeper and deeper into the earth beneath you, down to the core of the earth, where This is the heart of the Mother Earth Gaia. Now you are the bridge between the galaxy and Gaia. The bridge between the heaven and earth. And you are the bridge. Feel your awareness expanding beyond the body. Sensing stars, planets, and feels, energy feels all connected through you. And now you allow all of your energy feel awakening and shaking all of the old patterns to expand yourself to another level where you go beyond the body. And now you can just simply say this to yourself. You can say it out loud, or you can say it in your silence. I am light, born of the stars. I remember who I am. I am infinite awareness grounded in love. And now imagine the frequency of Darwin Glass with living water. Vibrant, structure, crystalline water that mirror the cosmos. Remember, water holds memory. Darwin Glass carries starlight. Together, they create a current that reawakens your connection to universal flow. And now you want to say it to yourself to set an intention before we finish the session today. May this water carry the light of the stars into my cells. May I remember my origin, my purpose, and my infinite connection. And before you open your eye and drink a sip of water, knowing that this water now holding a deeper sense of belonging to something vast and loving. And it's become an activation of light through your crown and heart. And have you to downloads of insight. And again, take one last deep breath in and place your hands on your heart and say it to yourself. I carry the stars within me. And when you're ready, slowly open your eyes and awareness back to us and drink a sip of water.
That was really good.
All right. right. Thank you. Thank you, anyone. You had anything to share, Sharon, before we ending?
I really liked this session. And I think one of the key things that I really liked from this was the channeling of trusting your intuition and going back to the origin. Yeah, the trusting of intuition was a very big part in terms of the message that you talked about just before the meditation, was that to needing to sort of peel off a lot of things and going back to trusting yourself is something that I got out of it. The word intuition, which is very much just you knowing that you have the source in you.
All right. Thank you everyone for being here with me today and with Sharon as well. We will be continuing through other show in the coming weeks. It might be a bit slow at the moment on this series, but it's definitely we working on it. For me, it's about how to have more and more people on their spiritual or awakening journey to get you to know who you are, really, your purpose here, and awake the light within you. And I guess same as sharing here for the living water, bringing you back to the source of the water.
And at the end of the day, we are 70% water, right? So it is such an important carrier for us as human. And that's why water has always played such a big part of our lives. Anyone who is watching this, and if you haven't actually watched any of our other series, do go back to our series. Either you are following Noe or myself, we both have it on our YouTube channels. And also reach out to us if you want more information, you want to learn more about the crystals or the living water. Just reach out to us. We'll be more than happy to connect with you and speak to you about it.
All right, thank you very much, you guys, being here with us today. I hope you all the best and I bless you with the universal love.
Yes, namaste.
Thank you, namaste.